Hi everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today we're going to be playing with using transparencies over quite coloured backgrounds in our art journals. So I'm starting off with a blank page, doesn't stay blank for very long, and I'm going in with some highly patterned coloured not tissue paper, it's collage paper. And this is from Funky Fossil, the Claire Stead range, Art Journal Love range. So Claire is very much a rainbow girl like me, and her pieces of collage are just very vibrant and very full of mark making and very full of rainbow colours, which I love. So I'm just sort of in a piecemeal fashion. I had a piece of paper and I was just going to keep tearing it up until I fitted every piece on the page. I had a tiny little bit left over. So I've got this really interesting background. I just used gel medium to glue it all down. Now I'm going in with some similar colours that have been on the background to boost over the top. So I'm just using my fingers to blend it around because I sort of wanted this really blended effect in the background. And I like getting messy and putting my fingers in things basically, so it's a reason why. One of the good things I suppose is because I say I know Claire, we're Instagram friends. But I do know she uses Dina Wakely paints, so I had a fair assumption of the colours she'd actually used in the background that I could match them up with the paints I had myself, which sometimes is really handy, so you can sort of see those colours really match each other. It doesn't matter, it doesn't need to, you don't need to use the same brands, but when you know and when you can, it works out. And I decided I was going to frame this around with this beautiful metallic gold. From Golden, which is actually called, I think it's called metallic bronze, but I use it as a gold. It's gorgeous, it's very metallic, it's beautiful, and just popped that over the top. And you can see again how it sort of blends all those colours together. I had some transparencies that I was going to use on the page, so this one's a gorgeous face. Just trimming it down so it fits into my page in the way I want it to. I'm also going in with some paint pens on the back side of the transparency, just to colour in the eyes and the lips to help it pop out from the background a little bit more. I then decided I was going to add in the hair as well, and again you can sort of see I'm using colours that I have used in the background. Now I did use my paint pen, I did use my heat gun on that. That is not recommended. It was a very quick blast just to make sure it was dry and it wasn't going to smudge as I kept putting it down, but it has a likelihood that it may distort and wrinkle up a little bit, so just be aware if you are doing that heat and plastic is not a brilliant idea, so be aware that's going to happen. When I've stuck my transparency down, I've just used normal glue. Obviously you can see she's got a nice little moustache there. It does dry clear, so don't panic too much, but it's a really great way to put it down. I tend to put the glue in the printed areas, so like I'm not going to put it in the wide open spaces where you're going to see a glue mark. I try and hide it behind either where I've painted or somewhere where it's already black on the page. With my black pen you can see I've sort of gone around the edge too to help pop it out, and I've also extended down the body somewhat, so again it's sort of grounded on the page. Next, on the left hand page, you're seeing how I create my use it up pages. So if I've got any paint or ink or stuff left around, I just chuck it on the opposite page, and it's a background for another day. I'm just making sure all that black ink that I splattered on is actually set. And then just to help set the glue, I'm actually heating from the back. So I'm not heating the transparency directly, but I'm heating the back of the page to help dry the glue a little and help ground it onto, not ground it, stick it onto the page. I have a real problem with my words today. Then I'm going in and I am creating a body for my image. Again, this is going to help push her out from the background somewhat. Because I really like the background though, I am going in and ghosting away some of the paint. So I put down a stencil and used a wet wipe and rubbed it away so that you could still see some of that background peeking through. Then I'm using my gold leafing pen to add some additional patterns on the top and to add a little bit of fancy color to my image as well. That's the great thing about having, you know, transparencies like this for faces or bits and pieces. Don't ever be afraid not to extend them or to make them your own. So I could have quite easily, if I wanted to, if I had a stamped face image or a stenciled image, could have used that instead and then created my own body underneath it as well. So use what you've got to help create your page. Then I've popped on a quote, "Loving yourself is the greatest revolution." And I'm just going in with a white pen to help highlight the letters. So this one is quite busy. The quote itself is a little bit tricky to read in some spots, but that's okay because on this page I want the figure itself sort of to be what I'm focusing on. And sometimes that changes. Sometimes it is the quote. In most cases, it is the quote that I want to have as a focus. But in this case, I actually really like that face on the side and how she was sort of sticking out from the background. So you can see as you have a look through, having those beautiful colors come through the transparency really helps to bring it all together. Same with the body, having it sort of scrubbed away. And when all the paint's dried and it's not sitting under a shiny studio light, you can see the transparency really blends into the background too, so it looks like it's one with the page. So I hope you have a go at using some transparencies in your artwork. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye for now.